How's it going? Jonathan Dunkerley here. You can call me Dunk. And today I am going to go over a couple of the tools that I'm using in order to really find viral content and just make my content creation much easier. I usually find viral content, reverse engineer it, put my own spin on it because we're all individuals, right? And then I take that content and I repurpose it as many times as I can. There are so many ways to take content that's already been created and repurpose it into your own content. Repurpose it into your own content and then turn it into other types of content like re-uploads, shorts, and things like that. So today we are going to dive right into that and just go ahead and go do it. Don't make an excuse. Don't have my studio. I have a little desk in an attic. Look, a little attic. It doesn't matter. Just go and create your content. I think, to me, as somebody that's in video, I look at that. I'm like, oh, it's way too overexposed. But you know what? It's getting done. So that's the most important thing that I want you to take away from what I just said. Just go out and create your content and just get over it being perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. And in all honesty, I feel like with YouTube in particular, people are resonating more with live content that is not perfect versus something that's polished, because you could feel closer and connected to those people versus all of the AI generated content that's out there. And I'm not against AI generated content at all. Trust me, I love it. I think that as content creators, we are more of the gatekeepers for AI content. We're the ones that are going to make sure that we are creating a line of quality control. And that's a big difference between what has come before and what's going to come now, and how we're going to be able to be creators still and still be creative, have our time back, because things are just getting crazier and crazier. It wants more and more content, right? So we can't keep up with that as just normal creators or individual creators, but we could actually have AI generate a lot of our content. And then we are the ones with the eye, the creative eye, they get to watch it and say, no, that's good. That's good. Those are all terrible. And then you put it out and now that's the content. We are the ones that design the content, not necessarily the ones that are shooting it and editing it. So that's my take on it. Let me know if you disagree in the comments. Okay. So what I'm going to do today, let me find the tab that I wanted to share. And again, talking about not having everything, I usually have like a monitor behind my screen, my laptop screen right here, and I got all my lights. But today I got my 15-inch laptop screen, so I have to make do with my StreamYard setup, which is what I'm using to stream, as well as everything that I'm going to be showing you. This is actually going to be the tool that I'm going to be talking about today. It's called Spotter Studio, and I rarely ever, find a tool that I think is just like really worth my time to check out. But this is actually one that I'm really enjoying using it. So I'm going to go to school, go to my community, and just show you that I have posted. You could come join this community too. It's Wealth on Autopilot, which is school.com/wealth on autopilot. And you see, I just posted right here, going live soon. My thumbnail, I generated this thumbnail using a lot of the things that I'm about to show you. And I'm going to run over this. This isn't the main topic of today's video, but I am going to I'll show you exactly how I created this thumbnail, because I'm kind of showing you my entire workflow right now. So I just posted there, like, sure, people, we are live now. Boom. And then what I'll end up doing with this live is I'll go over to I use StreamYard, and I save this image that you're seeing here. And there's a feature called edit for clarity, and I do like the low one. So I clean up the beginning and the end, and it edits for clarity and takes out any like obvious mistakes or anything that it just needs to cut out. And you could take an hour-long live, shorten it to like a 40-minute live video or around that, just with the click of a button. And I love that, because now I can re-upload it. And if I mess up on something while I'm live, you have the option to go and watch the re-upload, I know this is going to be crazy. You may not believe this craziness, but no, just realized that I was on the wrong tab. So this is the thing I was talking. This is my Wealth on Autopilot, my school. See, those are the kind of things that I just cut out of the live stream. That's the whole point. You get exactly what I'm saying there. Okay. So yeah, I have my school, and I'm going to show you exactly how I can repurpose this content, live stream, and then also into shorts. Okay. Let's stop rambling, because I'm good at rambling. Don't agree with me. Tell me I'm wrong. Okay. So okay, so there is a tool that I've been using, and I'm really liking it. It's just called Spotter Studio, and it helps you put in your YouTube channel, and it helps you find other content that is gone viral on similar channels as yours or people that have similar topics as yours. And then it helps you find titles that are going to go viral. Because here's the thing, I want to just emphasize this real quick. Do you think that if you have the best content in the world and you have a terrible title and you have a terrible thumbnail, anybody will ever watch it? The answer is probably no. People aren't necessarily going to watch content just because uh, uploaded it and you have a terrible thumbnail and you have a terrible title. Cool. And I get it. You went to Canva and you grabbed one of their templates. Canva told you that it's a great thumbnail and you wrote in your title and you looked at some other thumbnails that people uploaded with 100 views and you copied them. That's a great strategy. I'm being sarcasm slash smartassy. That's my MO. Ask anybody. Don't ask anybody. They'll be honest and they'll tell you I'm not lying. You ever have click on a video and it feels like clickbait? And there's somebody that just, there's that video didn't really deliver. Well, here's a secret. If you create thumbnails and titles that are clickbaity, like those dum-dums that are scamming you into clicking on their video. So say you do the same thing and you generate your own thumbnail, or you generate a thumbnail like theirs, and then you generate a title like theirs, but you actually deliver on the promise in the thumbnail and the title while they didn't. Whose video do you think is going to do better in the long term? Who do you think is going to actually have a better result? Do you think the person that, just got you to click on it? How many times are you going to click on that person's video again when you know that they lied to you the first time? When you know that all what they got you to do is click on something and they never delivered on the promise that they gave you in the title and the thumbnail. Now, like my thumbnails, I've been saying a lot of things like, I'll show you how to make $100 a day with AI and affiliate marketing and things like that. And the things I'm showing you how to do that. I'm showing you how I am doing that. Now, you don't have to have the same exact niche as me. Not everybody has the same niche as me. This will work for anybody, but you're going to find that person in that niche that's going to create, they made a good thumbnail, good title. It did really well. And whether their video delivers or not, you could go and create a similar video with a similar type of thumbnail and a similar title, and you're very likely to have somewhat of a similar result. I'm not saying you're just going to copy a video and it's going to go viral. I'm saying that if you combine viral style videos with hear me out, consistency. It's this thing where you do the same thing over and over again every single day, whether you feel like it or not. Are we on the same page here, right? Consistency. You got to do it. Like, I got to be perfectly honest. There's days that I say, like, I don't want to go create a piece of content. I don't want to go live. Like, I have family stuff that came up. And that's part of the reason why I lean into a lot of AI stuff, because that just makes it so much faster. I can go live, repurpose this content into something else, and still drop some edited videos along the way when I have time. So I can go live, chop that live up into multiple pieces, or hey, you don't even need to be on camera, in all honesty. I'm on camera. You don't need to be on camera. You could just share your screen. That a lot of people do that. So you don't need to be on camera. I know that a lot of people say, man, I'm not comfortable on camera. Believe it or not, neither am I. Every single time that I sit down in front of the camera and hit record or I hit live, I'm not 100% comfortable. Like, I don't know if I ever told you this. My background is in like the film and television industry, and I still work in it freelancing. It's a freelance job. I can go and, this movie's coming up and I can go work on that movie for a few months, or this TV show or whatever. But the thing is that I chose to be behind the camera. My biggest advice for getting comfortable on camera is exactly how I'm doing it right now. I'm having a conversation with you. I'm hanging out with you. And being able to have a conversation actually creates a point of connection between you and me. Whether you are live streaming or recording a video and it's edited video and you're not actually streaming to anybody, you're having a conversation with one person, a good friend, whatever, however you have to frame it in your mind. That's all you're doing. You're having a conversation with them. Like, I'm just sharing with you about what I'm doing. This is the same sort of rant that I'd have with a friend that is, next to me in real life. has no difference compared to that. So I think I just went on a little bit of a rant and I'm going to get to the topic, but I just wanted to share that because I find that a lot of people say, I can't do this. I call bullshit. You can. You could do this. If I can do this, introvert, I am an introvert. If I could do this, that somebody that hid behind the camera for years can do this, so can you. I'm telling you, so can you. Don't tell me you can't, because I will just call you out on the BS that you're feeding me. So, okay, I'm gonna get off my high horse and I'm gonna show you a little bit about Spotter Studio, how I'm finding some content with Spotter Studio, viral titles, viral style thumbnails, and it's like it is. There's rarely a tool that I ever jump on. So if you want to just go grab it, there's a link in my description on YouTube. Taking action and actually succeeding with this. So if you do jump in and grab that free, no credit card required trial for 60 days, or and even if you cancel it, I don't care. But if you go and grab it, I will do a session at the end of this week or at the beginning of next week. But if you do it before the end of this Friday, I'm going to do a session where I'll walk everybody through, come in, and it'll be a group session, probably either on a stream or on a Google Meet or something like that. Excuse me. But I will happily walk everybody through, but I don't want to just be doing it throughout the month of December. If you want, sign up before Friday and I'll let you in for free. There'll be other things, but I just want you to take action. So cool. All right. So I'm going to bring it up right now. Perfect. Perfect. So again, this is Spotter Studio. And you see it says brainstorming better video ideas get 59% more views, which I think it's more than 59% or 49. I can't even say numbers. 49%. I added an extra 10. Man, I was lying. The studio, Spotter Studio. So Spotter Studio helps YouTube creators create more video through an integrated suite of integration tools. Integrated suite of ideation tools. I can't even read right now. Man, what's wrong with me? And yes, they have like their typical marketing. And this is actually another really cool thing. And this is another reason I'm telling you to go grab that trial. And it's like mind blowing that they're doing this for a free trial. Like I'm mind boggled. But if you go grab that free trial, they have like this crazy competition going. Oh man, I'm not even sharing my screen. Why don't you tell me? Boom. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. There we go. All right. It's been a day. I was just showing you Spotter Studio, and they do have a competition going on. You just use the free trial, and they're giving away $25,000 before the end of the year. And the reason why I predict that this is happening, I think that they're just trying to get rid of marketing dollars before the end of the year. Somebody's going to get 20,000, and five are going to get 1,000. So that's why not use a free trial and have a chance to win 25,000 or 20,000 and 1,000, 1,000, so on and so forth. But I'm not pitching you on that. I'm just telling you, why not? Go grab the free trial and use this tool for free, and maybe you'll win. Maybe you'll make some money with passive income the way I am creating content and not have to worry about. Maybe that's going to be chump change by the end of this. I don't make any financial promises. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. So, okay, I'm going to stop showing you this landing page, but I am going to jump over to another landing page. Here you go. Okay, so this is Spotter Studio. Make sure I'm actually sharing my screen because, and again, there's a link in the description for the trial. But this is Spotter Studio. And let me go back over to the right tab. This is why I have two screens at home. And why don't we take a quick look at the one that so you create projects. You create a project. You could either search by title, thumbnail, or concept, or you could, there's a whole bunch of layers to it. I'm just going to go over everything, but you can come right here. This is the project for this live stream, passive income hacks. There we go. So click that there, and you could see that it. Wait, it didn't want me to. I already had it open. It doesn't want me to. There it goes. I already had it open. Duh. So you see how I went. I gave it a concept of what this video is going to be about. And then it also generates kind of a rough thumbnail for you as well. And then it will also generate this concept for the thumbnail. And then you could lean more towards your own style. So you have your YouTube channel. Maybe you're starting from scratch. You want to just go through YouTube best practices, go heavy on that side. And then you could also, what I did is I actually reverse engineered a video that was already working. And this is the video that I found that I wanted to base this live stream off of. And one of the beautiful things about that is now that I've based this live stream off of it, because of the way that I'm creating this content with live streams and then into repurpose content, is I could take this and I just do the work once. And all what I would need to do is basically create a somewhat different thumbnail and utilize that as like the two different versions of the same video. I get two long form pieces of content for the price of one. And, you know, I technically I record it all live and the whole recording becomes another piece of content. So I'm going to go actually create one from scratch. I just wanted to show you exactly how it works. You kind of have your thumbnails here that you could have different. Is it going to load? No, it's because I've already done it. I'll just show you all live. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I'm just going to start a fresh one. So let's go back home. Let's go to a fresh one here. So you can either go to projects or let's go back home so you can see how to do it from the home page. You can click a new project or you have an idea. So if you wanted to do just a new project from scratch and just not reverse engineer anything, you click new project and you just start it from scratch and there's no video that's been added in there. But if I wanted to actually find a video that's doing well on YouTube and say, you know what, I want to reverse engineer this. Let's just start with that because we're going to come over here to I'm going to click on the lab right here, like that. And it's going to open up this tab where it says the lab. And these are like the main 4 features of Spotter. You have Trend Spotter, Idea Workshop, Thumbnail Explorer, and Title Roulette. And you kind of can just find what works. And as things are working better on your channel, it's going to start feeding you better titles and better descriptions. So again, the more you use it, the better. It's already been working for me. So you could go to Trend Spotter. Let's start with that one. Okay, so now we are on TrendSpot. I could either search for a title or a channel or any of these things along the side. My audience also watches my favorite channels, my like things out of my videos. So these are trend spotters in my videos. Or I could say, how about, so I have favorited a few YouTube channels. So my favorited YouTube channels. Oh, there's nothing that's showing up on those right now. Or I could say all of YouTube. There you go. And I wanted to say all of YouTube, my audience also watched, or however I want to filter it. And now I say make passive income with AI. How about something like that? We could play around with this until we find exactly what we wanted. Oh, look at that. Now, this one right here actually didn't do as well. So this is one that performs multiples of the rest of the videos on their channel. So if it's below 1, you don't necessarily want to, because what the outlier index means is the outlier index measures the video's performance versus the rest of the videos on the channel over the course of 7 days. So if it shows like a 2x, it means that it performed twice as good. So this one actually didn't perform as good. So I would just pass on it and probably go on to the next thing. Make, I just say money with AI. And actually, that's why. It's because it's what's showing that my audience already watched. So I could just say all of YouTube, and it's going to give me a whole bunch. This is actually Chase Rayner. He's a, if you don't follow him, he's very, very knowledgeable. You should go check out his channel. And you could see right here, compared to his other things that he's done, he said how AI makes me $1,000 daily while I sleep. And I could honestly tell you, he's not lying. $1,000 a day is kind of a low ball amount for him. Again, he makes quite a bit from AI. So he gets 1.7, did 1.7 better than his average video. And then you can see it got about 10,000 views. Again, you're like, oh man, that's like 10,000 views. We're not just looking at ad revenue. I think that one thing that people misinterpret about the way that people make money online and on YouTube in particular. I had somebody the other day when I was talking about how much I typically make. they went to, what was it, Social Blade, and they scanned this channel, and this channel just has shy of 4,000 subscribers, which people in their minds think, oh gosh, 4,000 subscribers, you poor person, you don't have any, you have a tiny channel. It's kind of funny. um but would you rather have a channel that has a huge vanity metric that impresses people, or a channel that makes you money? Just this is an honest question. Let me know. Would you rather have a vanity metric or a channel that makes you money? Because when you create content that's going to not only trend, yes, you are going to get better ad revenue. But if you're depending on ad revenue, your entire income stream could be cut off. What I like to focus on, and I'll use Spotter Studios as an example, I like to focus on things that are recurring and affiliate products. I could refer something like Spotter AI, for instance. If I refer this through their actual affiliate program, you know, yes, I say, hey, go grab the trial. If you cancel it, I don't get the recurring income. They do have a bonus going on. I'd go check it out under their tab. They have a pretty cool bonus going on. So I'll be perfectly honest. I want to promote it because it's a good bonus, but I've honestly never found a tool that's actually given me so much benefit right out of the gate. But so, where was I going with that? People and blogs. And you can see the categories too. That's also a really good thing. But you see that Chase has just over 250,000 subscribers, but we could probably gain very similar views. And that's just in the first 10 days, actually. First 10 days, and then it tapered off. But the point of that I'm getting at is you could definitely get those 10,000 views. You could get a little bit of money in the tip jar for your ads. Cool. And that video is up on YouTube forever now, unless YouTube goes away or you remove it. And yeah, it's going to continuously get ad revenue, little tiny bits, as long as you're monetized. But on that note, the second you start your channel, you're not monetized on YouTube, but you could be monetized on YouTube without being in the partner program from day one. When people say, how long should I start waiting until I start making money with YouTube? Don't wait. Day one. Go monetize on day one. Are you doing this for fun? Are we all just doing this for fun? Well, I am having fun, but is this the only reason? Are we just doing this for fun? I could refer people to the recurring products, and that way, when somebody signs up, say it's $100 a month product, whatever you're selling, and you make 30 bucks, 30%, that's $30 every single month. You're like, I can't live out of 30 bucks. But if you create content that constantly is getting people to sign up for recurring, that's the key thing. Recurring affiliate money, recurring affiliate money, not just one-off affiliate money, recurring affiliate money. Then you're going to be able to start taking that money and stack it. And then you go like, oh, that $30, now it's 60, now it's 90, now it's 120. Sometimes you have things that even pay better than that. So my point is, don't just assume that you have to have ads paying for everything. That's great if you can have a whole bunch of ads playing on your videos and you make some extra money, a couple extra $100 a month, or a couple extra $1,000 a month, or $1,000 a day. But don't bank on that. It's also different niches. My videos are about finances and making money online, and I'll get better ads on them. While somebody that's making a video game type channel may not get very many ads, because you got to think about how the ads are perceived by YouTube and the advertisers. Like, who has money? Somebody that's going to go search how to make money online, or a kid that's watching a video game. So, a video game video. The person that's actually trying to get money, or person that's actually trying to sell to the person that's going to swipe their credit card, is probably the adult that's trying to find out how to make money online, right? So an advertiser values that ad a lot more. So you're going to be able to do that. But if you're saying, hey, I'm just going to have a relaxing channel, you're going to burn yourself out if you just depend on content. Because if you don't have an insane amount of content and it's a niche that doesn't get a lot of ad revenue, then you're going to have a lot of content. And if ever anything changes, all of your income could just go away. Well, the way that I'm telling you that I do it is, if YouTube went away today, every bit of affiliate income, recurring affiliate income, still is paid to me. If YouTube said, hey, we're kicking you off the platform, I can go somewhere else and continue doing the exact same thing, because YouTube is not my business. I have my business. YouTube is my traffic source. You see the difference there? not my business, my traffic source. Okay. Went on another rant there. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's just go ahead and reverse engineer this one. I know Chase is good, but you could just go down this line and look at these other ones. You see, this is like a 1x basically on line with it, but so I'm just going to go with like these three right here. I'm going to click that one. I haven't clicked multiple ones. I don't know what will happen if I click multiple. Yeah. Why is it doing that? There we go. Why is it not loading? It's weird. What are you doing to me? Oh, there we go. Wait, no. Why? So I'm not sure what. It's the smaller screen. It's confusing me. So why don't we just grab this? So I've bookmarked that. I love it when things go wrong when you're live, right? Or when things aren't working exactly. Trying to remember how to do something. Boom, boom. Oh, find a tab that I haven't started anything on. There you go. So let's start a new title, new project. I don't know why is it not doing that? I should be able to add. I'm confused why that didn't let me do that. Yeah, this is gonna look weird. I'm just gonna stretch it so I can see the whole thing. Why is it doing that? That's odd. Okay, I'm just gonna do it this way. Spotter. So you could also just paste it in here, but it would use the actual title as a reference just since you clipped it in. But now I drop that title in here. So that's the title that I'm going to I have in here. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that's the title that I'm going to have, but let's just see. Okay. Let's just also paste this in here. How to make money, how AI makes me. Let's give it a space. $1,000 daily while I sleep. I will show how to automate my content creation. Man, you're learning so much about my bad spelling. So give it a prompt. We can give it as much information as we want. Like I'm just going to go grab what I had for that other one. Where did it go? You know, so I just have the same audience description. That is odd. I'm not sure why. I apologize. But then we are going to also be able to give concept. This is actually what I wanted here, concept and prompt as well. Just leave that there. And now what I could do is I could decide if I want, it's going to give me examples of thumbnails that I could also use. I could either go as a sketch. I'll just show you all three. I'm going to show you a sketch first, and let's generate the thumbnail first. Let's just go to the thumbnail first because let's go wild. If I click here, it's going to generate me a whole bunch of thumbnail ideas. And I click sketch, so it's going to generate them as a sketch. You also could do concept art, which is this middle one, and then realistic. Like, you see that's very sketch. I think that kind of looks kind of cool as a thumbnail, but just black and white. Ooh, that's not black and white. It's got some color, but that's actually a pretty cool looking thumbnail in all honesty. I would click on that in all honesty. But then you could also do concept art, like generate it again. It's going to generate these thumbnails, but do concept art. It's just a different style. I'm not actually personally using the thumbnails from here directly. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. But if you want, do the way, just so you know, I uploaded an image of myself and I could actually fine tune it. And I haven't added additional images just because I could have more images of me to base it off of. And it's going to try and make this image somewhat look like me, which definitely this one right here with the grin on his face, holding hands with the computer that has an arm for some reason. Like, what's going on there? How does this computer have an arm? Like, is that what online dating looks like? The arm comes out of the computer? Jeez. Okay, I realize that oh, hey, what's up, Jillian? How you doing? Great to have you here. I'm just going live and going over a couple of the tools I'm using. What? Cool. So it generates these, but yeah. Oh, are you saying no clue about, is this what online dating looks like? The computer, like, seriously. Oh gosh. Look at it. I'm gonna zoom out and get back to work before you yell at me. Okay. And then if there's no good one, you could click more. Now you could also click realistic and generate more. It's going to give you more concepts of thumbnails. Again, you do not need to use this exact thumbnail, but I'm going to show you a little workaround. Now, if you don't care that you're not on the thumbnail at all, these thumbnails could work. Like ones like this, I think are really good. I just wanted to show you that I find it's better to start with things like the title. Now, remember we just pasted in Case's title, right? It's just his title that we put in. But did I click? Hit the back button. Title and concept. All right, let's generate this again. Sorry about that. Did it not save? It didn't save any of this. Oh, it already saved it in the options. Good. Okay, so let me just close that. So what it does is it gives you a bunch of different similar titles, things that could work well. Automate your earnings with AI tools. Start earning $1,000 a day with AI AI automation. Boost earnings with AI automation, step-by-step guide. Automate content creation with AI tools, easy method. Like all of these. And what I've been doing a lot is just adding a little subtitle, just saying like beginner friendly, or sometimes it says $100 daily. And again, we were talking about clickbaity type content. You can make clickbaity content. It's completely fine as long as you deliver on the promise. Like I'm telling you, you can make $100 a day. You can make $500 a day. You can make $1,000 a day because you can. It's not a magic easy button where you don't have to put in a little bit of work. Otherwise, everybody would do it. But it's, to me, putting in a few hours a day to do all of this and having more than most people have from going to work full time seems like a pretty good deal, unless I'm mistaken. And I could just turn off the live right now if that's not something that people are interested in, actually making more money not going to work than going to work. It's up to, just let me know if I should do that. But I'm just going to, unless you tell me to stop, I'm just going to continue going just because I assume that you actually want it. Jillian says yes. Jillian says that it sounds good. Okay, I'm going to continue going because I think that it does sound better. Okay. And personally, I needed to do this. I work in the film industry, and I don't know if you know what's going on in the last 2 years. There was the strikes, and it's kind of all falling apart as tech companies are buying it up. And if I just depended on a company, like $1 billion company, to pay my bills, they don't care about me, and they're just going to go and take care of themselves. So this way, I could take care of myself, whether those companies want to take care of me or not depending on them. Now, if these titles don't vibe with you, there's two things, or two-ish things you could do. First thing, you could always click just more, and it's going to generate you more suggestions to do. And this is leaning a lot into AI automation in these titles. Unlock passive income with AI tools. What are the best AI tools for passive income? Top 3. This is, list videos are really good. So even if I say I wanted to do a list video, as a live stream like I'm doing right now, all what I would do, think about it this way. I bring up the I don't even have to be on camera if I don't want to. Just remember, if I bring up a list of whatever tools you're talking about or whatever, maybe it's a software that you're using page. Here are the 5 best ways to lose fat before Christmas or before the end of the year. Or here's the, lists work. And by the way, a little hack on lists, odd numbers. Never do an even number for a list. Don't do 10. Don't do 6. Always odd numbers, because there's some weird psychological thing that people have in their heads where they think, a even number sounds made up. It's weird. So always do an odd number. Things like 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Those numbers work really well. For some reason, an even number just doesn't work. It's weird, but it makes sense. But you can continue going. It's going to continue generating more and more suggestions. But if you don't like, so earn $1,000 daily with AI automation. I think that I'm going to add one word to this. I'm just going to add, I like the word tools. Now, and I'm going to take off the word start. And I'm just going to turn this to earn $1,000 daily with AI automation tools. There you go. So now I could also just click continue. And we have a couple different options here. We have rephrase, creatively rewrite your title, shorten. Maybe just, if you ever notice when you're like on YouTube, you have a title and it gets cut off. You don't want that. If anything gets cut off, it has to make sure it's something that's not really important, which your title should be important. So the best idea is to make sure that it's, I think it's 60 characters. Try and keep it under 60 characters, and it will fit in the title without being cut off. And then you could also explode it. It says quickly rephrase your title using YouTube's best practices. And I'm going to walk you through all of these just real quick. And then there's the mood shifter, generate alternatives of this title based on different emotions. And then there's but this. So direct the selected title into a specific way. For example, make it in space, or cat instead of dog, that kind of thing, like shift the title a little bit. So let's just go to rephrase first and see what it gives us. I'm just going to click it. It's going to rephrase that title, just that title. Give me a whole bunch of different options. Let's close this so you can see the whole thing. Yes, odd numbers. Us odds, I'm odd. I was born on an odd year. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I was born on an odd year. So that's why I'm so odd. That's my theory anyways. Okay, so automate daily. You can just, now it's giving you a whole bunch of different options that are based off of that. See, I said rephrase. So it's gave me a whole bunch of rephrase options. Automate $1,000 daily earning with AI. That sounds, that's a pretty good. Sleep and earn 1,000. That's not very good. But you could go down that list. And if these aren't something that you want, go back and look. There's shorten. Maybe you did want to shorten it. Look at that same title. Some of them are a little bit shorter. This one's a little bit shorter. A day performed in 3 categories, including business. Ooh, that's nice. A day is performing well. It says that you can go down this list and see if any of these are ones that pop out on you. And then just as a side note, when you're done with this, it doesn't hurt to go to YouTube, drop it in and see if there's anybody that's already using it and reverse engineer. I'll show you that in a second on how to do that. Mm-hmm. So can AI earn you $1,000 daily? That's a good one, actually. Open loop questions are great with titles. Can they? Oh, maybe it can. Maybe you have like a follow up with that. Maybe like beginner friendly, easy to start. I like this one a lot at the top. Oh, it has open loops. This is assertive, raised stakes, tutorial, step by step to $1,000 daily using AI. Quick win. Unlock $1,000 days instantly with AI. Discover AI techniques for $1,000. I actually really like this quick win one. So I'm going to save. I think I'm going to go with this one as my favorite one so far. But see what happens. I hit keep, and it actually adds it back over here. We have options. So under titles. Now I have all these different options. And when I decide the one that I want to go with, I would just make primary. Like if I wanted it to be unlock $1,000 days instantly, I could do that. And now I'm kind of collecting titles that I think that are going to do really well. Now, if I go back again, I could do the mood shift. And we could see, so relieved, breathe easy. AI makes $1,000 daily, hassle free. I don't know if that's really the one that I would go with, but hey, you never know. Stick with AI. Here's how I earn $1,000 every night in my sleep. I can't believe AI made me this much while I slept. That's actually a pretty good one. Mortified, shocked. Oh, wait. Yeah, it is funny, right? Right, Jillian? The missed day and the sorrow. The missed day without AI, how I'm now earning $1,000 daily, and so on and so forth. Let's just go back and do the next one as well. Awesome. And then this one, actually, this one is one that you have to fill in. So if I said, but mention passive income, because I'm all about passive income. You could say mention passive income. So we're going to do that. And now I'm going to I have my screen shrunken in a little bit. There we go. So now it's going to take that title and try and incorporate AI automates $1,000 a day in passive income. That's actually a pretty good one. There you go. So hear me out on this. If somebody has a different niche than you and you say, hey, you know what? I know that that was about how to do yoga, but I do Pilates. I could take those things and I could just flip out the meaning behind it. So I could find a video that's going viral, and then I can go and take the topic and take a good title and swap it around so it actually is related to my niche. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with this one right here. Where is it? I liked this one. Unlock $1,000 days instantly with AI. I like that one. So I'm going to make that my primary one. And remember, we have our concept here. So I click on concept now, and it's going to generate a bunch of concepts based off of the title that we generated. So by harnessing the power of AI-driven affiliate marketing, viewers can unlock hidden revenue streams from niche products, accumulating in surprises within windfalls by automating targeting strategies with cutting-edge tools. And this goes down that same rabbit hole as the last one, but you just have variations, explode, and but this. It's not quite the same as the title, but you have these options and you'd be able to have variations. Say you found one that you like, but you're like, well, let's see where this can go. You can go by harnessing maybe explode how leveraging AI enhances trending analytics and can crucially amplify e-commerce. There you go. Jonathan delves into a step-by-step process to utilize AI-based copywriting tools. No, I don't do data. Discover innovative tool that transforms mundane consumer data. No, that's not. It's actually quite close to the first one, in all honesty. So I can go deeper into it. If you don't find the right thing, do that. So I'm just going to go back up. Boom, boom. And you could do variation. Let's do variations first and just see like what it gives us. It will give us a couple variations of this. And if I want this to be a little bit more, in fine tuned, I could always just go here and add more into the concept or more into a prompt and all that stuff. But leverage AI platforms discover the profit from under the radar, eco-friendly products, eco-friendly I honestly actually like the other one, the first one, but go back again. You could explode it or do the if switch the topic. But these are Jonathan and personally AI-driven marketing tools and niche sellers. Kit leading up dramatic blah, 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 blah. I actually like the original one personally out of these ones so far. So I'm just going to just know that those are there, and you could also do the but this same thing, but I'm going to keep this. There we go. So now it's adding in this extra information. That was the and we have this backup, but I am now going to come over here, do thumbnail, click thumbnail, and it's going to generate some thumbnails based off of everything we've given it. For some reason, they list title, thumbnail title concept. I don't know why, but you see, and let's do it in realistic. Boom, boom, and let's generate it again. So I want it to be realistic. And these are generating these on demand. So just keep, I know you say, like, oh, why is it going so slow? It's generated a bunch of images. It is going slower than it usually does. What? All right. I'll come back to this in just a second, but oh no, there it goes. So now it generates a bunch of thumbnails based off of this thing. These are these types of thumbnails work. I don't, they just work. And again, I was letting you know, like, this tool has a 60-day free trial. It's called Spotter Studio. They have a free trial, and they even take a credit card for the trials. It's working really well for me. If you do want to promote it, there is a really cool affiliate offer they have for December, but that's not why I'm promoting it. I just actually really like it. It doesn't hurt though. But you can go and use this and make more than it costs after 60 days. I could already tell from what I've used it. Like, you can go and use this tool to find things that are to make you more than the cost of this every single month pretty easily. So you can go down this rabbit hole of the types of thumbnails you want. Now, it's generating some stuff in the background that is a little bit AI video creator. I'm just going to write this real quick with futuristic screens. So let's just try generate again. And it's going to use this as a little bit of a prompt. Once you have a prompt that really works for you and you fine tune it, you're going to be able to drop a prompt in there. It's going to generate some similar images that, see there you go. Da-da. Stuff like this, and just go down that rabbit hole. Now, if you're happy with that, you could always take the thumbnails that are here and just use them. So AI powered affiliate marketing. I mean, you don't really want to have these weird, I mean, like, this would be a good one right here if that's what you were going after. But again, it works the very same way. Like this. I hit continue. I can create variations. I can create compositions, expressions, and change the thumbnail. You find one that's close. It doesn't have to be exactly. You find one that's close. Like, I actually do like this one. Look, this is a good one because I'm picking, the character's picking his nose. That's not me yet. It will be. But I can. This, but futuristic AI robot with a TV for a head is behind him. Let's see what that gives us. That should be fun. And you can just keep on going deeper into this until you find one that you actually like. Once you find one that works for you, you could kind of spin it and create the prompt. But I'm going to jump over to one other thing before I show you everything. So if you come here, options, now you have your thumbnail. If I wanted to keep this, so say I like the AI windfall, like find one that actually works. If I want to change the text, I could, all that stuff. I just want to have one then added into the thumbnails. I'll be going over more and more of the features that are on here. I just basically showed you how to create a project today. So they all say affiliate. Again, I would tweak it a little bit. So say I was going with this one, there was a typo, it's fine. But if I was going to say keep that one, I could take this and now I have a thumbnail. I have title options. This could be my title. And then I have my concepts, which is basically more for me on how to do it. I can even use that to generate my titles and stuff in my descriptions. Let me share one other screen and I'm going to show you what I actually do to turn my thumbnails into something a little bit more me. If you want to just use the ones that it generates, power to you. If you create something that looks consistent, even if it's a cartoon character, that's completely fine. But let me just bring this and I'll just show you what I've been doing to reverse engineer the thumbnails that I'm generating. So I'm either finding the thumbnails that are doing really well on YouTube already, thumbnails and titles, or I'm using this tool. So you could use the same thing, go hunt YouTube and go find something, but this has helped me find stuff that's already working, spin it a little bit so it's my own fresh thing. But with this, I'm taking, so this is a thumbnail that it fed me, and I had ChatGPT analyze the prompt, or I had a prompt generate a prompt based off of this describing this thumbnail to me. Here's a detailed AI prompt to generate a live action version of this scene. So there you go. I have this prompt. Now here I made some notes on it real quick and it gave me this prompt. Don't forget framing like example image, blah, blah, blah. I go through all those different things and I have this prompt. Then what I do is I went over to a tool called replicate.com. And if you do want to set up your own thing on Replicate, it's not a free tool, but it's basically you're renting a little bit of CPU space on a server. So you have to pay per use. It's very small, but if you use it like a whole bunch, it could add up to a couple dollars a month if you're crazy. But if you do want to set this up, Matt Wolf, who has a channel all about AI, he has a tutorial. I can go and remake the tutorial, but he already made it. Go to Matt Wolf's YouTube channel, and it's the thumbnail is like how to clone yourself into a AI image, and it's him like as Superman. So with this, all what I do is once it's all set up, I've already cloned my face, and there's a website called Hugging Face, which I keep my model on. And then I could just create an image. Part of what I did is I told it to reference me as Jonathan. And in my model, I trained it to know that the model's name is Jonathan. So now I could take that prompt. I'll just do it live. I'll just show you. I've already done this one, but it can come out a little different each time, depending on what you do. But if I pasted that prompt in, I think I actually made some modifications to this after I pasted it in here. So it's not going to turn out exactly how I did when I actually generated it. But now I could turn it to a thumbnail aspect ratio. And then I can take this and I say, okay, I want it to have max prompt power. And then I can go down and I could give it, if you have a seed, if you don't know what a seed is for AI, it's kind of like it generates a seed every single time. And if you want images to look a little bit more consistent, just grab that seed and feed the seed in every single time. And it will generate a similar looking piece of content. Like if you have your brand that you've generated and like that's your style, you want to stick to a certain style, you could do that just by saving the seed. But right now I'm leaving that. And then you'd want to just reference your model over on Hugging Face. So what was it? Remember my directory. There you go. And one other thing that I like to do is I like to switch this from WebP to JPEG just because it's easier to work with as a thumbnail. If you do things like Instagram or you have YouTube community post, Facebook posts, any square, post, you can go ahead and use this same thing and generate these square images. And if you find those posts that are doing well, you could do the exact same thing with ChatGPT, reverse engineering them, making them your own. They already did well. You could reduplicate them. Copy. Let me make this a little shorter so you could see the bottom. See, this is why it's great to have two screens. All right. So then now I'm just going to hit generate or run, and it's going to go ahead and just grab that and generate this image. Now, this may not look perfect. That's part of the things with generating with AI. It's not about me hitting the button and it being perfect every time. It's about me hitting the button and knowing if it's something that I want to use or something that could take 90% or 95 or 99% of the work off of my weight. If I wanted to generate this from scratch, I'd have to go Photoshop or get really good at Canva to make these. See, that's actually very similar to what I had before. And I actually don't mind how it looks. So if I want, I just hit download and it will save it. If I want to have variations, I can make a note in here or I hit tweak and just generate more. Now, what I've done over here, like I'll show you, this is the thumbnail from today, like this live stream. What I did was I generated this image. I told it to generate AI tool for YouTube money, AI tools with the S. I said S, but I told it to generate, that was generated in the prompt. Now you could always just have this page blank and put whatever text you wanted in something like Canva. That's completely fine. But the only modification I made to this was I zoomed in a little bit from the one it generated, and I did this. I removed the back. I duplicated the image, and I removed the background. Oop, did I not ungroup it? I just want to grab the top one. And look at this. It generated it much darker. What do you think is better? Let me know if you think that, would you rather it look like this, where it's all dark and gloomy? What would stand out to you more in the feed? Dark and gloomy, or me popping out with a dark background? I probably should have even gone a little bit brighter in hindsight. I can modify that too if I wanted to, but I could always just make this brighter. But I made it 2 layers, and that was so simple. I generated with AI. I was happy with it. I think I generated this one like 4 times before I figured out the one that I liked. And then I had ChatGPT write me the text that I wanted to put on the board. And once you have a thumbnail that's doing really well, you could also just start rinsing, repeating, adding slight variations to it. But the point is, I didn't have to go stand in a field with robots in order to do this. I actually just hit a button with AI and it generated the image. The brighter one looks better. It pops more. I actually think that I should have made it a little brighter. And like I said, the contrast catches your eye. I noticed I did a video where I didn't do this and my views were substantially lower and the click-through rate was substantially lower. So, hey, you know what I did? I learned and I changed for next time. Point is, there are tools that are going to show you not only what content is doing well and how you can recreate it, but also how to take that and shortcut all the steps along the way of recreating it. You don't have to go live like I'm going live right now. You can if you want to. It's up to you. You can go live every single day. Completely up to you. And like I'm not going to go live every day, but my plan is pretty much every day I'm just going to go live, and if I miss a day, I miss a day. But the thing is that now I have a repurposed piece of content, and as I have time, I can go edit something if I feel like it or hire somebody to do it, because I'm trying to get my own time back. I don't want to be working 24/8. 24/8? Yeah, 24/8. That's the joke. It's extra day of the week. I know I'm funny. But it just generates it and make it easier on yourself. And another thing, I had this really nice person in my comments the other day that told me how terrible my thumbnails looked. Who cares what they think? Like, in all honesty, maybe they have a great following and what they didn't, but maybe they do. But don't take somebody's discouragement that's not willing to even try to stop you from trying new things, because that person, they don't know what they're talking about. Do what you need to do to be successful for yourself, and don't let these other people, these naysayers, these negative Nancys, these are all these words, tear you down because they are too afraid to get it, to do it, what you're doing. Your stuff sucks. Cool. Let me see yours. So be happy with imperfections. Yeah, it's like, be right, Jillian. Like, be happy with being raw. Like, in all honesty, Jillian or anybody else that's in the comments, like, Would you rather me be this show doing this? Or would you rather like a streamline show or me just hanging out with you and talking and showing you what I'm doing? What would you prefer? What would you prefer it if I went to your stream or to your videos or to your content? Do you want to seem like a corporation or a friend that I'm going to hang out with? I personally would rather hang out with a friend than a stiff corporation. That's my maybe that's my thing, but I'd rather hang out with a friend. But yeah, just hanging, right? And also, if you're creating that content, man, if I had to go live every day and put together a show every single day, and I can hang out with a friend every single day and share and help them, but I don't need to go live and put on a show every single day. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work that I could be spending actually, you know, helping people or doing whatever I'm doing. Like maybe you have a creative channel. I'm using everything in the reference of my content, but your content could be very different than mine. So cool, cool. Huh. Again, I would say if again, I want to remind you that I mentioned it earlier before. My one complaint about StreamYard is that I just can't toggle between browser tabs without that. I did mention it earlier that in my that's not even the right tab. Yeah, there we go. I did mention it earlier that I'm going to I want people to be successful with this. And there is a 60-day trial for this. It's linked in the description, and I'll just put it in the pinned comment during the replay. But if you grab the trial, jump into my school. My school is it in the ticker right now? I think it is. Let me just bring it up just in case. Join my school and let me know that you grabbed the trial. And I will make sure that I'm going to be doing just a session like this, and it's where everybody can just come on and ask questions. And anything that I figure out, I'm going to be sharing with you. But we're going to get a session together. If you grab the trial before the end of this week, by the end of Friday, really, so give you 3 days. I'm going to make sure that I invite you for that for free because I'm going to be able to walk you through things better than a YouTube live or X live. There we go. But just grab the trial. It doesn't require any credit card, so it's not like it's crazy how they're. And then again, I did point this out earlier. This is also mind-boggling that that they would do this, but they are doing a giveaway again. They're doing a giveaway for anybody that joins the free trial, which you don't even need to have a credit. So as I just created a project, that actually created another entry for me in this giveaway, which is kind of really crazy. They're giving away $25,000 as like a creator incentive for any it's just go in, and every time that you create a project within Spotter Studio, it gives you another free entry into this, and they're giving away there it is. They're giving away $20,000 to one person, and 5 people get $1,000. So you don't have to buy it. It's almost mind-boggling that this is the thing that you could just sign up for a free trial and potentially win the 25,000. And it's a tool that's going to potentially make you some actual money while you're doing it. So go sign up for the free trial. Even if you cancel it, there's no credit card attached. You don't need to worry about that. Just earn some money with it. And if nothing else, you get to enter in the contest. You're going to have access to the tool for 60 days that you can make some actual content that's going to make you money. Make sure you go through my affiliate link because I am tracking those on there to make sure that for the people that I am going to invite over to the walkthrough. And if there's a day that's best for it, I am flexible. Jump into my school. Again, it's there at the bottom, school.com/wealth on autopilot. And I will find a day that works best for most people. And as always, I always have replays. So if you can't make the live one, I will make sure that it is available for you as well, and find a way that if you do have questions that I will be able to go over them and make sure that they're covered. Because that's another thing, a little hack. I'm just going to let you know on a little hack. Like community created content is extremely valuable. So if you have a community, like I have my school right here, like I have my school Wealth on Autopilot. So if you have a community like this and you're able, where is it? If you do have a community, that's a oh yeah, I remember where I was going with it. Community created content. So if you ever have questions that your community like you're like, I don't know what to talk about on my video. If you have a community on in any niche, in any niche. Ask your community questions. And number one, those are topics that you need to create content over because your community asked you to create that content. And then another thing is like have your community come on and ask questions. You do a Q&A. Chop that Q&A up. YouTube content. Bring ad revenue in, could bring in affiliate sales. You could have your own offer. This is school, for instance. I have my affiliate link. If you do want to start your own school, school101.com. But if school is a way that you could actually have paid community. So if maybe you have a paid community, mine's free, by the way, you could jump in completely free, but you can create a paid community where people have to pay every single month. Another way to monetize, and then take the content that their paid community is like giving you, and then use it to bring in more paid members so you're answering their questions and you're using their questions to bring in more people. So I hope that makes sense. Now, cool. All right, awesome. So I'm going to be going live every single day again. So again, thank you for hanging out with me. Again, my name is Jonathan. Don't forget to go and sign up for Spotter Studio. I do have that little promotion where I'm going to show everything. Also, I do have a thing called Dunk Rewards, and I am giving it's my reward system in my school community. I'm actually going to start utilizing them a lot more on these live streams, only when you show up live. That's the thing. It's like it's going to be an incentive for you to show up live, and I don't schedule these, so make sure you have your notifications on. I don't know what to tell you. Turn your notifications on, and if you see it, maybe you're going to be able to go grab a couple extra rewards. But I'm going to give some extra rewards to anybody that signs up because I like people that take action. You know what I'm saying? All right. And I will see everybody next time. I plan to go live tomorrow, and there's going to be a whole bunch of repurposed content along that way. So thanks again. My name is Dunk. Keep creating, keep earning passive. I can't even speak. Keep earning passive income, and I will see you in the next video.